Hi everyone and welcome to another weekend prep. Today is Sunday. I already did all the cleaning yesterday, but I want to take you along today because we're gonna do a lot of food prep and a lot of planning for the week ahead. And I'm using this video kind of as accountability for myself because I know I'm gonna push some things off if I don't have anybody to report back to. So let's get started. So what I usually like to do is create a to-do list for myself. On the left hand side, I wrote down all the food prep that I wanted to do, and things on the right are for the planning purposes. And you will see as we move forward that I did not get to all of it, but I tried. So I started with prepping, I guess you would call it a brunch for my kids. We got back from church. This was, remember, Sunday morning. So I made them some waffles. My son has been asking for them for a couple of weeks now, so I finally decided to make it for him. And for my daughter, I used the same butter, but I had to make her pancakes out of them because, you know, she's 3 and it just did not look appetizing to her when it was in a waffle form. So that's what I was doing. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marta and welcome to my channel, where we are working on finding a life balance and fulfillment without feeling the mommy guilt. And if you are coming back as a subscriber, welcome back. And once my kids were eating, that's when I started prepping the next thing, which was a tomato soup. And that is the recipe I got from 100 Days of Real Food cookbook. And I believe they also have a recipe for that on their website. So I'm gonna look for it, and if they do, I'm gonna link it in the description box. I do my own spin on it because I do add veggies to the soup, simply because my kids are so picky with eating that I do have to hide the veggies for them to eat it. But it's a very simple recipe, and I do cook that soup probably every other week for them. And the next thing I was doing, I was cutting up some onion for a chili that we were gonna have during the week. Just wanted to prep the veggies so I have them ready and I don't have to think about it. So I did that with red onion, and I did cut up later one of the peppers for chili. And I also prepared some asparagus for Sunday night dinner that we were having. And as you can see, my son decided to check on what was happening in the kitchen, and as I was getting to cutting the pepper, he wanted to come in and help. So the knife he is using, I'm gonna try to find it on Amazon, but I did get it a few years ago. It is a knife for kids, so it is specifically designed for kids so they don't cut their fingers. So he did help for a little bit, and then he got bored, went on to keep playing. So as I said, 1 pepper went for the chili, and the other 2 peppers, I just cut them up and sauteed them and used them for a side as my breakfast. And the main item for breakfast for the week for me is what I'm making right now, which is like a mini quiche, which is also from the same cookbook. So it's almost like you are making a little egg muffins, if that's what I call them. On the bottom is just the flour mixed with some butter and a little bit of salt. And then you add some cheese and the egg mixture. So I like to do that for breakfast because then I can put it in a container in the fridge and I have my breakfast ready to go. And after I finished prepping my breakfast, we actually ended up going to a forest preserve near our house where we spent probably a good 2 hours. We live in a Chicago area, so the weather is only going to be nice for a few more weeks before we start winter. So the day was really beautiful. So we decided to just go and enjoy it. And then we remembered we bought pumpkins and kids wanted to start carving them. So that's what we did. We put pretty much a stop to all the food prep and all the organizing and decided to just have a nice family afternoon. And once we were finished up with the pumpkins, that's when I finished up cooking dinner. So I did not get to all of the things as far as food prep goes, but I wanted to make sure at the end of Sunday that I did spend some time on planning for the week ahead. And before I could start planning, I really had to clean up the space on my desk because it had gotten out of control. So when the desk was clean, that's when I went and checked my schedule for the next week and put in any appointments that I had for the week and really planned out all the things I needed to do for my blog and my YouTube channel. And lastly, I had to update my monthly calendar because it was already the second week of October starting and I still didn't update that monthly calendar. And my son has been asking me since October 1st, when am I going to do it? Because he was not sure what kind of activity he has each day. So I wanted to make sure that I update that. And that is something we have in our kitchen, in our command center. And I made a whole video on the command center and how I use that calendar. So I'm gonna link it down in the description box. But this is basically what I make sure that I put in all the activities for the kids, any trips we have, any work events, so that everybody is on the same page. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.